And Kayleigh, we know that the government has no income other than our taxpayer dollars. And we know, for example, the IRS spends $8 to try to claw back every $1 of our tax dollars if they perceive it as lost income. So I'm curious why the Democrats don't see the hypocrisy when they, for example, when learning that some of their pensions were invested in gun-connected manufacturers, they had a big problem with that. Why isn't there the same problem in this forensic accounting with the bloated waste, the horrific expenditures that don't reflect the will of the people? Why don't they have a problem with that now?
Yeah, their hypocrisy radar is very low, so that's probably the answer to that. Look, there's two ways to think about DOGE and our debt, and I think it's important and really puts it into perspective. Number one, CNN's been having multiple panic attacks over DOGE, and Stephen Miller had this epic moment yesterday where he went toe-to-toe with the CNN anchor, and he goes, our national debt is $36 trillion. Do you realize the interest we pay every year on our national debt is more than our national defense budget every year? So the amount to defend our country, we are paying an interest on the national debt. That's number one. If you don't care about that, let's move on to salaries. The average salary in this country is $67,000. That's rounding up. Just the money that FEMA gave to illegal immigrants, $80 million, just that. Simple math, go do it on your calculator. 80 million divided by the average salary. That means 1,194 people's salaries like that just vanished. Not their tax payments, their salaries. So when you think about these payments in terms of salaries, it's your money evaporated to illegal immigrants and your national defense budget gone.
Yeah. And Harris, DOGE has sort of tracked that. Now we're keeping track of what DOGE is doing. So far they've talked about that they have saved $55 billion by canceling over 1,000 government contracts that Kayleigh was talking about that were determined to be wasteful or fraudulent. Now, that includes, to her point, those salaries, the amount of positions that they've extinguished, which, by the way, during my tenure as a federal attorney, for every position, for every person that left a position, for every two, they would only hire one. So, A, the formula for efficiency is not new, although not to this radical degree. And B, they have receipts for the efficacy, for the efficiency, for the transparency that, again, the American people wanted, and yet crickets on the left.